didn't get to France.
No.
I got as far as England, but I was underage,
Yes.
and they drilled the hell out of me. We used to drill every day. They was trying to think of something, but
I do that.
Did you like drill? Did you like the drill? Did you like to drill?
Oh yes, I liked
For a
it.
few minutes,
Yeah.
then we'll have some lunch. Sit down, Elizabeth.
The sergeants and up to the sergeants, they were enlisted men. When you got up above that, there were lieutenants and captains. We had, I remember one chap, a nice chap, was Lieutenant Doran, D-O-R-A-N. He'd been to France, and he was back in England, and I was in the 26th Reserve, and they got all the fellows that were underage and sent them to Bexhill. There was 1,300 of us.
Wow.
And most of them had been to France. I hadn't been to France. And they were a pretty wild bunch.
Something tells me you fit right in.
Yeah, right.
Julian would have fit in.
I would have fitted in with you back then. Yeah, I would have fit. I'm from the Maritimes.
You're with the Maritimes?
Yeah, I'm from the Maritimes originally, down St. John, New Brunswick.
What?
St. John, New Brunswick.
St. John de what?
New
New Brunswick.
Brunswick.
Oh, New Brunswick.
Yeah,
He talks so funny.
that's a big gauge town. We got the yeah, gauge town and all that. Yeah, we don't. There's no work there, so all we do is drink and fight.
Oh. Well, I remember one of the outfits that were close to us was the French battalion. They called it the Vendu Battalion. And they were a fighting bunch of bastards. Their original strength was about 10 or 1,100 men, and they had 23,000 casualties. They'd call them the Vendu Battalion. And they would jump up on the parapet and slap their butt at the hiney. And
Just dared him, huh?
nobody liked to relieve them, or nobody liked to be relieved by them, because they kept the enemy. They kept the enemy stirred up. But they were a mean bunch. They were Frenchmen.
From Valcartier, Quebec.
Yeah.
Yes, Valcartier de Vandus. Yes.
Yeah, the Vendu.
They're still not quite right in the head. I know a few of them. They're still not. Yeah.
They call them the Vendu Battalion.
Yes, they're a good bunch.
Now, the Maritimes, that's like the Navy, or is that...
Well, there's a lot of Navy down there in Nova Scotia.
Yeah?
There's Halifax has a huge Navy force there.
Uh-huh.
It's much
Yeah,
bigger.
they had one of the ships was the Nairobi,
Yes.
Huh.
and I've forgotten what the other one was.
So the Maritime, that means
But I
that
remember-
it was shipping or what?
Well, it's like they call it. It's on the water
Yeah.
of the ocean, and I mean I basically grew up on the St. John River and like I was very close to the ocean as well.
Okay.
But there's like the Maritime provinces, which is New Brunswick, Nova
Oh,
Scotia,
okay,
PEI.
okay.
Then you have the Atlantic province of Newfoundland,
Okay.
which they're under the Newfoundland, as you know, was that's a lot of Newfoundlanders served in World War I, you know, that came from the small island of Newfoundland under the British Commonwealth, where Canada was under the British Commonwealth
Yeah.
for many years. So yeah, so the Maritimes are those. Kind of
That's what they call the Maritimes.
Yes.
Okay, I thought maybe that was sort of a branch of service, but it's that area.
Yes,
Yeah.
and fishing was
Well,
big there, and
Yes.
and that and
That's
Navy and
Steve Hill with the Canadians went up there, and the Frenchmen were up on top of the hill, and they didn't expect the Canadians, and the Canadians went up that hill, and they fought the Frenchmen, and the Canadian commander was killed and the French commander was killed in that battle. I wasn't in it. It's damn lucky I wasn't.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
well, we promised you guys
What?
something to eat. I don't think you've had anything to eat,
Oh,
have
yeah.
you?
that's
They started out all the guys that were underage in the 26th Reserve, and they shipped us to Bexhill on Sea, and they called them the Young Soldiers Battalion. And they drilled us all day long. We were probably the best close order drill outfit in the Canadian Army, because that's all that we did. And then after we were in Bexhill for 2 or 3 years, they shipped us to Kimmel Park Camp in North Wales, and we were in there until, well, we went one night to a town, and I remember we didn't have any place to stay that night, so we went in a hotel and pulled the rug up and crawled under it. That's where we slept that night. And they took us back to camp the next morning, and they marched us in front of the colonel 8 at a time, and he said, 14 days field punishment number 2. That meant you couldn't leave your company lines. And before the 14 days was up, I was on a boat headed for Canada, and I spent a couple of days in Halifax, and a couple of days in Montreal, and then I landed in Kingston, Ontario, and that's where I was discharged.